My name is HeatherCameron, and I'm on the spot.
How long have you been a fitness instructor?
I have been a fitness instructor for about 16 years.
And before you opened your studio, where did you teach?
I taught out of my home at 24 Hour Fitness, LA Fitness, pretty much any gym you find in North County. I was pretty much there at one point or another.
What made you decide that fitness was what you wanted to do?
I think it was when I was in my early 20s and I was going through some kind of struggles that a lot of us go through in our early 20s, trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
And I found fitness as a way to relieve all the anxiety. So I would go to 24 Hour Fitness. At the time it was a family fitness center way back when. And I would take those classes at least once a day, maybe twice a day, just to try to deal with the anxiety that I was going through. And I remember looking up at the instructors and thinking that would be so cool to be able to get up and be able to talk to people and help people change their lives, give them something to look forward to at the end of their day or the beginning of their day. And I just thought that if I could do something like that, then I'd probably be pretty happy. I know that fitness got me through some serious depression. That's when I said when I was in my 20s, and I was going through some major turmoil, and I don't know what made me pick up the phone and call Family Fitness Center and say, I want to become a member of your gym. I have no idea, because nobody around me at that time was fit by any means.
Yeah.
But something said, pick up the phone and go join that gym, and I did. And I didn't know what I was doing at first, and I watched and I learned and I asked questions, and I realized that when I walked in there, I felt horrible, and when I walked out, I felt fantastic. And my whole outlook would change every time I walked out that door. And the common denominator was movement and exercise and the camaraderie of other people working out, and it just kept going and going from there.
When did you actually decide, like, I want to have my own place? Because obviously we're sitting in your studio here.
Right,
like,
right.
What made you decide that you wanted to branch out on your own?
I guess it was about maybe 10 years ago. And I was just so passionate about it, and it's all I wanted to do was teach fitness classes. And then I wanted to have my own place so that I could pull other instructors in that were top-notch instructors and have them have a space where they can shine and have their own business. So I thought, if I had my own place, then I can call out other instructors to come in and shine and do their own thing.
What was the hardest thing about making that decision?
Actually, there was nothing hard about it at all. It just all flowed. The hardest part about it was after I did it, and that after I found the space, after I signed the lease, after I jumped completely with both feet, that landing on the ground and kind of finding my fear after the fact was the hardest part for me.
What is the one thing that you're most proud of?
Well, first, my children. I'm extremely proud of my children, and they are my life. And of course, my business. You know, I built it from 0 people. I was sitting on the sand with a little sign saying, fitness classes, and looking around like, how is anybody supposed to know to come to me? You know, I did not know what I was doing, so literally went from 0 to what I have now. And so I'm really proud of it. I really am. It's my family. Everybody that's a part of it is my family. Even people that don't come to my classes anymore, that I see on the street after a couple years, you know, it's still family. You know, and I love seeing when I run into somebody that I haven't seen in a couple years. They don't come to my classes anymore, but I see that that was kind of like a catalyst for something bigger for them, fitness-wise. And now they're doing triathlons, and they're traveling to Hawaii to do amazing races, and you know, it's just so fun to see that, wow, I remember when you just started with me and you didn't run, and you said, I don't run, and now look at you, you're doing marathons. So I love that. I love being a part of that. One thing I wanted to touch on about my classes was that the people that are attracted to the classes here, they're all walks of life. Like, if you took everybody in all the classes and you sat them down, there's no way that we would ever all meet each other except for in this one location here. And I love that.
Out of all the classes that you teach, which one's your favorite?
Oh man, that's tough. They're different. You know, the beach
Okay.
classes are so fun because you're outside, and I feel like I'm outside playing with my friends, like I'm a kid again, and we're just running around in the sand and running upstairs and playing games. Like I just feel like a kid again. It just feels like another day of playing outside as a kid. That's what it feels like with all my friends. And I think everybody else feels that way too. I love variety, and I get really bored. I
Okay.
get bored really easily, so I
Okay.
have to constantly change things up.
Yeah.
So in the morning I go to boot camp, right? And then I go to the studio for lunch crunch.
Yeah.
And that's only a half hour, so I gotta pack in a really good workout in a half hour, and I gotta make it fun and creative for these people. They're coming in off of a busy day, and so that's really fun. And then I get to have a break and go see my kids, and then I get to come back and teach a strength class
Which is
where
really
we're
fun.
like sculpting, and I'm thinking of every muscle group that we're gonna work and how I'm gonna make you laugh in the background. I'm just kidding. No. Just how to keep it fun and keep everybody engaged and stuff. So I honestly, like, I love every single class. There's nothing, like if you told me you have to get rid of one of your classes, which one is it gonna be? I would be here for a couple weeks trying to figure that out.
You could go back in time, I don't know, to when you were 15, 16, 17. What
Yeah.
would you say to yourself?
I
Or
would
what
say-
would you say to your daughter?
Right. My biggest philosophy is follow your heart. I had a lot of adults telling me what I should be doing when I was younger, from the time I could speak all the way up until I was 25. I had people all around me telling me what I should be doing and how I should be doing it. And if you don't do this, this is going to happen. And if you don't do that, you're going to be this and that. And so I had all these fears in my head, because if I didn't do exactly what these adults were telling me to do, then I was going to be a loser. I wasn't going to be able to survive in this world. And even though I had all that in my head, I just pushed it away and said, no, I'm going to make my own way. It was really strong. It was really important to me that I follow my own heart. And I think that I would, if I could go back and talk to that 15-year-old girl, I would say, you know what? Take these people's advice, take their opinions, listen to them, and then push them off to the side. It's not the only thing. And follow your heart and follow your dreams and do what makes you happy. Because ultimately, when you go to work every day, if you're not happy going and doing the work that you're doing to get your paycheck, to live your life, what's this life all about? I mean, you should really just focus on what makes you happy. That's what I think.
Who is the person who has made you Heather?
Pretty certain it's my mom. She was a very special woman who was kind and generous and giving, but she was very strong. And the only people that saw just how strong she was were the people that were closest to her, because she was so kind and so gentle and so loving and giving that sometimes that gets confused with weakness. But my mom was one of the strongest women I've ever met in my life. And I got to spend 43 years watching that. And it rubbed off on me, I think. It really did.
So is
Hope
your
so.
mom. My last question for you is this. Do you consider yourself an artist?
Yes,
Why do you consider yourself an artist?
because I follow my instincts on creative matters, such as creating classes, doing my art pieces. I think we all are artists. It's a matter of finding what your medium is. And I think my medium is fitness and signs for now. And that may change, but yeah.
I was
think
hoping
we're
that
all-
you would bring up the science.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful that you finally decided to do the on the spot with me. I've wanted to pick your brain for a really long time. You're a great role model. And I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this interview, is because you might not see yourself like this, but you really are. You're a great role model, and I know that people look up to you. So I thank you for that.
Thank you so much.